My name is Mario Giglio. I'm 25 years old. I live in Novi, Michigan. I'm a commercial real estate broker. So in 2014, I tore my left labrum in my shoulder wrestling in high school. I got it fixed in 2015. The surgery didn't take, and I retore it probably 6 months later. And then I just recently had it redone again. I had a more serious surgery. I had a ladder J. That was in April of 2021. I went through physical therapy, and after my physical therapy was over, my shoulder didn't feel 100%, and I knew that I needed to have something else. And I did some research, and I saw that Mecca had a post-rehab program. Gave them a call, and I signed up and did the 12 weeks. I was constantly always thinking about it, always protecting it. Could never put it in kind of, into like a 90-90 position. It would always, slip out, or there's always be that fear of slipping out, and I'd always constantly be thinking about it. That probably lasted like 8 years or so. When you've had an injury for this long and you've been protecting it and, thinking about it constantly, I was kind of scared to use it to its full potential, I guess is what I would say. It's kind of strange to say that, but when you've been dealing with something like that for so long, it becomes like comfortable and becomes like a part of, I guess, like who you are. And I just didn't know what to expect, I guess. And I was kind of nervous for that. And I was excited, but I was kind of nervous to see if it would actually work or if I just had to deal with this for the rest of my life. I think that everything was just kind of pretty fluid. There's a plan and we executed it. Sometimes the training days were tougher than others, but I had an end goal in mind and I stuck to it. He's going over the different types of muscles and movements and stuff in the shoulder, and after having so many years of this shoulder injury, I've kind of became familiar with it, but he would just go into so much more depth about it and explain why we would do an exercise a certain way or why you're feeling pain somewhere else, like why you're overcompensating for your lack of range of motion in your shoulder and it's affecting your lower back. Listening to him and him talking to me, just getting like this clear picture of how the body works and what we can do to fix things like that is just really helpful, because I like to understand where things are coming from rather than just being told. It probably would have to be week 3 or 4. I started dropping weight. I could see my six-pack coming back and then just not noticing my shoulder so much anymore. We were going through a lot of small rehabs. After we moved on to the second phase of the rehab, I could just tell my range of motion was coming back, and I realized that it wasn't so much the range of motion, it was more just the weakness in my shoulder to get me past that range of motion. It's not really having to stretch something out, it's all these little tiny muscles in your shoulder that have been weak and they've been dormant for so long, you just haven't used them in the right way because you've either been protecting it or you have the trauma from surgery or whatever it is. But I would say just, give Logan a call. They train professional athletes, and I think that's probably the standard. Getting the best athletes in the world back on the field or on the court or whatever it may be. They really know what they're doing and they have the experience, and I'm not a pro athlete or anything like that, but my quality of life has definitely improved. Just not having to think about my shoulder anymore just makes me just so much more, I guess, happy, on a day-to-day basis. It's awesome. It's something that's been nagging me for 8+ years, and I wish that I would have done something like this sooner. If you're remotely thinking about it, I would just give them a call. They'll be able to walk you through the process, and the results speak for themselves. I came in here to get my shoulder back to normal, to not have to think about it, and I got a six-pack out of it, which is awesome. Sometimes all you really need is just somebody to give you a kick in the ass and you can achieve your goals.